So, what are the alternate investment funds? You all know they are different from the conventional investment instrument, what we normally use in our daily life, like stock and bonds. They are different from stock and bonds. Okay, so what exactly they are? Okay, so let's understand with the example. First of all, the high net worth individuals comes into the picture, and the various financial institution comes into the picture. They will they will create a fund. They will create a fund that we can say it is a pool fund, and it can be created in form of company or LLP or a trust. Okay, so what we have discussed now, ki HNI, high net worth individuals and financial institution are coming together, and basically they are creating a pool of money, and we can say it's a creation of a fund, and the the fund can be created either in form of company or LLP or a trust, and that particular company, LLP or trust is going to invest these pool fund into the prospective investment opportunities. So, okay. So, in short, we can say HNI and financial institution are pooling money. They are creating a fund, and that fund is investing in some other company to generate maximum returns. Okay. So the pool fund is getting invested into the various companies, and from these investment they will earn some return. And of course, the return which are earned on the investment is going ultimately going to be disseminated among the HNI and financial institution. Okay, ठीक है. So okay. So basically we have discussed a brief idea what are they, what are the alternative investment funds. So okay. So let's read upon this document. We all know they are different from the conventional investment instrument. What are the conventional investment instrument? And these are the many, like you can say stock and bonds, and there are so many. So before before introduction of the AIF, whatever instrument we are using for investment purpose, they all are the traditional or conventional investment instrument. So AIF is a private pool fund. Like I said, it's a private pool fund like this. And generally institution and HNI invest in the AIFs. Okay, so HNI and institution are investing in the AIFs. So this particular pool is called AIF. An AIF can be in form of the either company, LLP, or trust. Okay, so this investment is not AIF. Basically, pool fund is getting called as AIF, and you all know that SEBI is the regulator of capital market. So, this particular segment is going to be regulated by SEBI only. And how will SEBI regulate them? So, by SEBI has prescribed the regulations, SEBI AIF Regulation 2012 for regulation purpose. Okay. Types of on coming to the types of AIF in India. So SEBI has basically categorized into three categories: category one, two, and three. Okay. So on which basis SEBI has categorized? Basically, SEBI has categorized on the basis of investment they are making out of the pool fund. Okay. So on coming to the category one, the category one AIFs basically invest in the startups which have high growth potentials. Okay, like BCF, Venture Capital Fund AIF. These are the AIF, Venture Capital Fund, Angel Funds, Infrastructure Fund, Social Venture Fund. So these are the pooled fund, and we can call pool fund a AIF. Okay, so the Venture Capital Fund AIF basically invest in the startup which have high growth potential. Okay, And of course, the in the venture capital fund, who are going to pool the money, high net worth individual who likes to take risks and who basically believes in high risks and high return strategy. Okay. And what are angel fund AIF? So okay, you might have heard about angel investors. Okay, what are they? Basically, they are acting like angels, Masiha, for the budding startups, as they are providing their money in form of investment to the budding startups so they can grow and touch the heights of the sky. Okay, so that's why they are called angel investor, because they are helping the budding startups when nobody is helping out. Okay, so they are basically acting as an angel. That's why. Okay, so angel fund AIF is going to be invest in budding startups. Which budding startup? Here also, the venture capital fund is also investing in the startups, but they venture capital fund AIF is investing in the startup which had growth potential, high growth potential they have. But in budding startup, there might be some startups which have high growth potential, but venture capital is not investing in them. Then who will invest in them? Angel investment then invest in them, and they will ensure that the budding startup are getting funded, and so that they can operate in better manner, and of course they can touch the sky. Infrastructure, on coming to the third AIF, that is infrastructure fund. Basically, these type of AIF are more interested in the infrastructure company. So these AIF invest in the companies which are engaged into the infrastructure projects like railway, port construction, and all. Okay. The fourth category of category one, that is social venture fund. So social venture fund AIF are more interested uh, in investing their fund into the social responsible businesses. Basically, it's a kind of philanthropic investment where we are making some philanthropic act and also generating some decent return for the investor. Okay, so there might be some social responsible business like you can say solar energy projects. Any company which is engaged in the solar energy generation. Okay, so social venture fund can fund these type of companies and can generate return to the investor. Okay, on coming to the categories two. So what all AIF are covered into category? So there are three types of AIF which are covered in the category two, that are private equity fund, debt fund, and fund of funds. So private equity, these AIFs invest their money into the unlisted private companies, because you know that unlisted private company, being a unlisted, they can't raise money in form of equity or debt. Okay, so they will request money from the private equity fund, because these are the AIFs who are dying to invest their money into different companies, and they want, of course they want decent return. So they will invest into the unlisted private companies, and unlisted private companies will give return to them, so they can pass on the return to their investor. Okay. On coming to the second, debt fund. Debt fund AIF basically invest into the debt security. That's why their name is debt fund. Okay. So they basically invest into the debt securities. Of whom? Of unlisted companies. Mind it. Here it is written unlisted companies, not listed companies. On coming to the third, fund of fund. These type of AIF doesn't invest in any company. Basically, a such fund invest in the other AIF. They don't have their investment portfolio, mind it, but they are investing in other AIFs, so other AIF can invest on their behalf and pass return to them. Okay, so they don't have their own investment portfolio. They are taking help from the other AIF. Okay. On coming to the third category, that is PIPE, Private Investment Public Equity Fund. So these type of AIF invest in the shares of the publicly traded companies, like you can say listed companies basically. So these are the common AIF. On coming to the hedge funds. So hedge fund pools money from the accredited investor and institutions. Accredited means reputed. The investor who are very, very reputed in the market. So they pull money from them and they invest in the domestic or international market. Or that too into debt, they can either invest in the debt or in equity market. Okay, this is the hedge fund. Okay, now the questions comes who can invest in the AIF? Like you can whether you or the person like you or me can invest in AIF or not. Basically, resident Indians, of course, we are the resident. You and me are covered here. Okay. The NRI, foreign national can also invest. But the second condition is the minimum investment limit is 1 crore. So if you and me want to invest into the AIF, then of course we should have a minimum amount to invest, like 1 crore. Okay. But minimum investment for directors, employees, and fund manager is 25 lakh instead of the 1 crore. Okay. AIF come with the minimum locking period we have to serve with the AIF is 3 years. Okay. So once we have invested our money into the AIF, we can withdraw. We can't withdraw within the period of 3 years. We can withdraw our money after 3 years. Okay. So lock-in period of 3 years we should serve. The number of investors in every scheme is restricted to 1000. So there is okay. There is also a restriction that the number of investors in every scheme they are talking, is restricted to 2000 except the angel fund where the investor can be up to 49 members. What are the benefits? They have high return potential. Of course, they have high return potentials because they are managed by the professional fund managers. So of course, they tend to generate high return potential. Okay, and AIF do have low volatility. Why? Because they are not traded on the stock exchange. So there is nothing like supply or demand of those shares. Okay, like we see in the traditional equity investment, they are getting the price of equity investment are getting changed in every minute or second due to the market forces like supply and demand on the stock market. Okay, so the AIF doesn't work in that way. So they are less volatile in nature as compared to the equity instrument. Diversification. So while you are investing your money into the AIF, the professional fund manager will invest your money in such a way that the proper diversification can be made so the risks can be minimized. Okay, so they will basically the professional fund manager will invest in such a way that the risks of investment can be mitigated in all aspects. Okay, so what are the key takeaway? Okay, so mostly HNI will be investing in the AIF because they are willing to take high returns on the cost of high risks. Okay, so that's all about the AIF. Okay. If you have any query, please let me know in the comment section and I will be happy to help you out. Okay. If you want, I should make a video on any other topic, please comment in the comment box and let me know. I will definitely work on your suggestion and will come up with a video. Okay. Thanks a lot, people.